Hey, it's Judy with some tips and tricks for your Gmail. First of all, let's look at some settings that you can change that can make Gmail work the way you want it to. In the upper right corner, right below your picture, click on the settings wheel and go to the word settings. The first thing you want to do is make sure you're on the general tab and then go down through this and check all the settings. The first one that I want to stop at here is maximum page size. Mine is set at 50 conversations per page. You can set that to 100 or down to 10. It just depends on how much scrolling you want to do through your email. So if you don't want to scroll very much, I would set this down to 15 or 20. And if you don't mind scrolling through your email all on one page before you go to the next page, then 50 or 100. The next one that I want you to take a look at is undo send. Make sure you enable this, and then you can choose 5, 10, 20, or 30 seconds for a take back. So if you send an email and, like I do, often forget to add my attachment, then you have 30 seconds after you click send where you can click undo, which will be up here above the email, and you can get a take back. Then you can add the attachment and then go ahead and send it. So that's a good one to enable. I like this new one, Auto Advance. So after I delete an email or archive it or something, it goes to the next newer conversation automatically. And I don't have to go back to the inbox and then click on the next one. It just automatically opens it. Make sure your default reply behavior is set to reply and not reply all. That one could get you in big trouble. So just double check that one. The next one, choose your default text style. This is for your outgoing fonts. You don't get too many choices of fonts, but pick your favorite and remember that this is your professional account. And then you also have the choice to choose the size. Please don't use huge, and even the color. This button here takes away all formatting and goes back to the default. The next one, I use send and archive button in my replies. When I reply to somebody and I click on send, there'll be two buttons down there. And let me give you an idea of what that looks like. I'll click on compose. I'll email Marianne. Oh no, I need to reply. Sorry. Go to my inbox. Hopefully. Here I'll reply to Marianne. You notice I have two send buttons down here. If I just click send, then this email will stay in my inbox. But if I click the blue send and archive, then it will send this reply and it will archive or take this email out of my inbox and then just save it to me in the archive folder. So that's what you would use that one for. So I'll come back to settings. So if you want to use that, that is under send and archive. Stars, if you use those, you can decide how you want to star different messages, and you can choose how many stars that you want to use. If you don't want to use all of them, you can drag and drop them back and forth between these. Some people are very visual and like to use stars. Desktop notifications. If you have new mail notifications on, you'll get a pop-up on your screen every time you get a new email. You can have your important mail messages show up or turn that off altogether. You might want to add your picture here so that you are more than just a letter. You don't have to use your picture. You could use an avatar if you want to, but that's always a nice thing to have. The next thing, make sure that your signature is there, that it's professional. Remember, you don't need to put your email address in your signature, but any other pertinent information of how people can get a hold of you. You can add a quote, you can add pictures. So you've got this basically a little word processor here to set up your signature. I also used, put a few spaces two spaces above my signature, so that it automatically does that for me. The next thing that's on here on the general tab, if you're going to be off work when it's not like Christmas vacation, or if you work year round but you're going to take a couple weeks off, let people know that. So you would come here to the general tab and scroll down to the vacation responder. You can turn it on and then set the dates, and it won't give people an automatic response until this first day starts. So if you have something coming up in 2 months from now, you could go ahead and turn your responder on, put the first day you're going to be gone and the day you're coming back, and then just write them a little message, and make sure you always save changes on this page.